All right, so now you have your X-Arcade joystick programmed. I'm going to show you what all the buttons do inside of Hyperspin and how to navigate Hyperspin. So let's go in here and open up Hyperspin. All right, so basic navigation. The joystick scrolls up and down to select different systems. To go into a system, you're going to press Enter or Player 1 Start. They both work. So I like to press Enter, so we're going to go in. That takes you into the actual system. Then you scroll up and down to select the different games. And once you land on the game that you want to play, you press Enter again, and that'll take you into the game. It's as easy as that. If you want to go back to the main menu, you press Escape one more time. And if you're done playing and you want to get out of the entire thing, you press Escape one more time and then Enter to say, would you like to exit? Yes. You confirm that by pressing Enter, and that's going to shut down the computer. We're going to say no to that, and we're going to go here into MAME. All right, so once you're in a system, if you press Player 1 button 1, that is going to pull up your favorites. So if you want to view favorites, you would press Enter at that point, and let's try that. It takes you into the favorites wheel, and these are just some games I've added. You can add your own in here. So if we back up one more time and we go back to the regular wheel, let's go back to the main system wheel, and then we go back into MAME. Now if you want to add a game, let's say you come down here to 1944, you would press Player 1 button 1, and then you would go down with the joystick, add to favorites, and then you can either press Enter or the same Player 1 button 1 again. I like to keep it consistent, so we're going to press Enter. And there you go. Now it says remove because you've added it. So if you want to view it, you go back up, press Enter, and there's 1944 that we just added right there. All right, another option you have is genre. You can search, you can scroll by genre. So Player 2 button 2 is going to take you there once you're inside a system. Here you go. So now you have the categories. They're broken down by manufacturer here, and then you have it broken down by you know, action games or baseball games, basketball, etc. All right, let's get out of here by pressing Escape. Now, once you're in any of the menus here, in the main menu or in the system menu, you can actually do a search, and you can actually do a search by game name. So to access that, if you look at the diagram that I've included for Player 2, on the bottom here you have / and P. Those are going to be these two buttons on the Player 2 side. So to search, it would be the first button on the left. So this button right here on the Player 2 side. Now, because I don't have the 2-player version, I'm just going to use the keyboard and press those same keys. So if you press /, that brings up a search, and then you can just go through. Let's search for Tekken, for example, and I'm going to do T, and I'm going to go over to E and press Enter, K, E, N. And then we're going to go down to highlight search and press Enter one more time. And this pulls up every single Tekken game in the machine. Now this first tab is showing you all of them in one screen. And then if you go all the way to the top and you scroll to the right, it'll break it down by system. So then from here, you can actually launch a game. If you wanted to play Tekken, for example, highlight it, press Enter, and then it's going to start the game up. All right, so once you're in the game, you want to insert credit for any arcade style game. To do that, you're going to press the left white button or the right white button for Player 2. So as you can see here, if I press this button, it's inserting credit, and then you're going to go ahead and press Player 1 Start, and it takes you right into the game. So let's actually get a game going here. All right, so now you're playing and you want to pause, right? You have two options. One, I call special pause, and then you have your regular pause. So your regular pause is just going to freeze the frame. So again, I'm going to use P on the keyboard because I don't have the Player 2 side over here right now. And that's going to be this button over here, this one on Player 2 side. As you can see, that one is P on the keyboard, and that's why I just pressed P on the keyboard, but you would just press that button right there. And that literally just freezes the frame. This is a quick way to pause it if you just want to walk away for a few minutes or something like that. Now we have another option for pause, and that's this button next to it right there on the Player 2 side, so this one. And that one I call special pause. And then we're going to go in there right now. And then I'm gonna make a video later on going into more detail about this menu here. But real quick, you can see that you have a lot more options. So you can actually save the game here. You can load the save state. And just keep in mind that if you don't see these two in here, it's because the system doesn't support it. And also sometimes games themselves don't support it and within a system. So if you try to save state, it'll let you know that the save state is not supported for that game. And you have other options here, like you can look at the controller, the original controller for the system, and some other things. Like I said, I'll go into these later in another video. So to get out of here, you can either press the same button on the player 2 side that you pressed to access this menu, or you can just press the escape key. And I like to keep it consistent, so we're gonna press escape, which is this one here. So you press that and it takes you back out. All right, so now that you're back in the game, you're done playing, you press escape one more time, and that takes you back to the main system. And that's it, guys. If you were done playing, you would press escape like I mentioned before. You would hit enter, would you like to exit, and it would shut down the computer and you're all set. All right, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed the video, as always, leave a thumbs up below. Please subscribe. This way, I know you guys are watching, you guys are enjoying these videos, and I'll keep making them. And I'll see you guys in the next one.